Hey, what's up everybody? Kelvin Crush is here. Today we'll be talking about Seven Knights 2. As you all know, this game just officially launched globally and we are so excited for it. As you all know, this game has really unique style of playing. It has 4 characters for you to play at the same time, so managing your team and picking the right characters would be one of the most essential part of this game. I'll be diving through some tips and tricks for this game, especially at the beginning of this game. I'll recommend some characters. You know, out of 46 characters, you might be wondering which ones you should pick and have them in your team and which one not worth leveling up or enhancing that characters. Let's talk about that today. As you started to play the game, you'll be in the story, and I think it's very meaningful for you to get to know each characters and know their abilities, their roles in the story, and I feel like that creates some sense of connection with you and how you're gonna plan to build a group and get to know each character and what their roles are in the game. And with these free characters, I recommend that you putting a lot of effort on Len. As she is the main character, and also she will be really helpful at the beginning of the game. And just keep leveling up, go through the quest until you get Kate, Callahan, and also Luki, and also one of the Iron Fist girl. And these 4 characters you'll be playing quite a while until you get the healer, Melissa. And I recommend you upgrading, put some good equipments on her and leveling her up along with Len. So these two will be really useful and really supportive to the gameplay. But you know, with these two, I feel like Len is the most important part of the team, even though she still doesn't have a whole lot of damage yet. And eventually I recommend replacing her with Rachel, because Rachel will be more beneficial in the long run and with a lot more damage. And then when you go to the green uncommon quest of the game, that part, you'll be getting Callahan, and he is the better tank than Cade, and you will replace one of your characters with Claire, and she is the main damage of the team. So Callahan and Claire will be the main one that you start to craft and put some effort on those two. Let's talk a little bit about Callahan. He's actually one of the characters that you'll be getting for free at the beginning of the game. He's pretty tanky and definitely should replace Cade, your first tank character. One of his benefits that is worth having him in the team, and I think you need him in the team at the beginning of the game to pass the pirate boss, is this passive ability that he has. He increases the burn resistance of all allies. Burn resistance boost, increase burn resistance by 10%. That is very important for us to have him in the team. So that's why we need to keep him. Callahan, magical engineer. He's the one that can build a bomb. And after that, you'll be getting Ado. So you'll be getting this character as well when you pass the quest. And I think at some point you'll be switching him off with Callahan, because of his passive is quite similar, but just in different elements. He increased the freeze resistance of all allies, and that increased by 10% as well, just like Callahan, but Callahan is fire, right? Callahan is fire, yes, burn resistant. So you'll be playing this elf quite a while to pass the boss, so that Edo. And as you continue to play, you get another healer, and he is one of the most beneficial healer. He's better than the first healer, Melissa, so replace that. So you get all this in actually 1 or 2 days if you're playing it long enough. And your full team will be all green. The healer, Len is actually a common character, and you get Claire as well for the main damage. Now I'll be telling you 5 ultimate characters that I think it will be very, very important for you to have as a part of your team. And if you're lucky enough getting them, I recommend keep them. And these 5 will be really useful, especially at the beginning of your game and also in the long run or even in game. First, Cosette. Cosette is one of the most damage giving character, and she will deal a lot of damage for your team. Look at her pretty face too. Super cutest characters. Look at her skills. So her ultimate, she'll deal equal to 750 of attack to the target and deals additional damage equal to 900 attack to the target enemies. That's too much. So I would recommend that having her is very good for the overall damage of your team. And she, as you can see, she have this skill is Divine Mortar. His active skills is Divine Mortar, decreased recovery rate. That would be very good for arena as well. And this one is Diving Homing Bullets, deal more damage. Deal damage equal to 300% of attack and target the target for 20 seconds. As a passive skill, see Target Destroyer. When dealing basic attack to targeted enemies, deal additional damage equal to 28.8% of attack. That's pretty insane. Okay, that's one first character. She's super cute, and you know, I think she is a doll or something. It's not entirely a human. Yeah. Anyways, the second character that I would like to suggest you should have in your team is Yeonhee. And if you watch everybody watch her story, and she's really mysterious and overpowered, and she looks like she knows a lot more than other characters, and she seems to have everything in control, and she is all that. As you can see her ultimate power here, and look at it. She can stun people and they become disabled for 5.7 seconds, and look at the percentage of the damage that she will be dealing. She's like a carry of your team. Look at this first skill that she has, Gesture of Destruction. Okay, that sounds pretty powerful. Deals damage equal to 140% of attack to all enemies in a straight line, 4 times 11 meter ahead of the caster. 100% chance of knocking back the target, 100% chance of knocking off the target. So she can knock back people, deal a ton of group damage, and she's definitely worth having for your team. And I would personally like to have her. It would be an honor to have her in my team. The next character that I would like to recommend is Annihilation Knight Delens. Look at how cool he is. Not only the look that he looks like he'll be on this top list of worth having character, but also look at his ultimate. He deals defense ignoring damage equal to 700% of attack to the target. Ignore 40% of the target's defense. So in actually piercing through the defense of any character, and especially the healers. And his active skills, one of them will decrease recovery rate and silence monster and characters. So he will be very beneficial to have, especially when you go to arena. I think he will be killing a lot of healers, and that's why he is on this list of ultimate character that you should be having. Delens. So far we've got a lot of damage dealing characters. Now let's look at the best support of this game so far. It cannot be any other characters but Karen, the Saint of Light. Because with these skills that she has, she heals people, recover their health, and her ultimate is a no-brainer. You definitely need her on your team. She revives all allies, usable when there are dead allies. So she revives people with 12 of max HP and reset all of their cooldowns. That's pretty useful. And not only that, she can heal and revives people, she can also deal damage and also decreasing enemy attack. And that would be a very big help for your team. Karen, best support. The last but not least character that I would like to recommend is our ultimate tank, the ultimate guardian, Rudy. So he is one of the most tanky characters of this game. His ultimate, he creates a shield that absorbs damage for 10 seconds. Debuffs removes all debuffs, and that is a big help for your team. Block rate increased, so your team will be able to get that extra shield and to live a little longer. Link, decreased damage received by 5.8% for 15 seconds. Damage is distributed among nearby allies. Oh, like not just only one person taking the damage, but is actually distributed or shared or linked to other characters. So that's pretty nice. Active, he can stun as well. Deal damage equal to 140% of attack to all enemies within a circular range 6 meters around their target. 40% chance of stunning the target, which is 40% chance, but it's still something. Becomes disabled for 5.7 seconds. That's pretty long. Deals damage equal to 280% of attack to the target. 100% chance of knocking down the target. So 100% knockdown. just like Yonhee, and he has this one is called Protective Blow. So Rudy is one of the best tank of the game. One of I think is a downside of him that he didn't have like a revoke and call enemies to hit him. I think that would be absolutely flawless for a tank character, you know. But he can build some shield for the team and can share damage received by the team. So he's actually one of the best tanks right now in the game. And I will be recommending more characters and how you can arrange your team to get through difficult dungeons, and also for the farming. As for people that, you know, you have a thick wallet and would like to pay to win and to get good characters and, you know, strengthen your team, there will be that chance. But I would ask, after you collect your first 1,100 red gems, and then when you go draw in Gashapon and you actually got lucky and get red character, that's a plus. But if you didn't get it, you might have to read the ID. But if you do pay money, there will be a chance that you will be able to pick blue category characters. So the first time you pay money in the game, whatever you'll be buying, you'll get 3 chances of picking these characters. You can use one at a time, and these are the options you can pick. Shane and Rudy is one of the options. I wouldn't recommend these two because you'll be getting them a little bit farther in the game, and they're not worth having. Just so you know, even though Rudy is an overall, you'll get him for free anyways. And Shane, she is damage dealing, and you will be getting those two anyway, so it doesn't matter. But these are the blue category characters I would recommend for those that would like to put some money in this game. So the first blue category character that I would encourage you to pick is Cosette, because she is the main damage of your team. And even though if you don't get, you know, there's not a lot of chance for you to get lucky and get a rare plus Cosette, which is like an ultimate damage dealing character in the game. The blue character Cosette actually pretty useful as well, so keep her in your option. So one of the 3 chances that you will be getting, I recommend Len is one of them. She's like a no-brainer, is like ultimately needs to be in your team. And with this blue category, Len is better than the white one anyways. So yeah, I recommend you go for this character with one of the 3 options. There are some characters like Vindigo or let's see, Neo the Loans. These tools are, you know, you can pick them, but I feel like they're not really useful at the beginning of the game, because you will not be used seeing their abilities as much. With the Wendigo, I feel like he will be very useful in the next patch when there's a boss that you need fear resistant passive ability. He will be useful, and same as Neo the Loans, he'll be placing some, you know, big damage dealing, or using him before you get that red Yonhee damage dealing character, so he'll be replacing that. But as of right now, you really don't need that, these 2 characters. So you have the chance of picking blue category, just use it wisely. There are 2 supporters if you would like to pick that I would recommend. First is Serena. She's an overall healer, really useful for the team. She reduces cooldowns. And the other one is Shay. She increased the grade of your ultimate, so it'll be quicker for you to have the ultimate, the ults, and you'll be clearing the monster quicker, and also it'll be really useful in arena as well. So these 2, you can pick them as well. Also, additional thoughts, if you want something to play to deal more damage, I think these tools are really good. Luki and also Henry. Henry will not be as useful. Melissa, if you want that for support, if you're not lucky enough to get the red category like Karen, but Melissa would be a good help for your team. I think this piece of information about these essentials characters would be of help for your team, and how you're going to plan to play this game in the long run, and how you're going to build your team. And if you're going to pay money, how you're going to spend it wisely. And also, if you're a free to play character, you still have hope of building a good and decent gameplay, and in the long run you may be lucky with the gashapon getting a red character as well. So anything is possible. Just play the game, have fun, and I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.